Hi, and welcome to I I would say my Bon Jovi channel. I don't know, do I have a Bon Jovi channel? So either way, my name is Suzanne Beenakers, and earlier this year I started reviewing concerts from Bon Jovi from 1995. And well, at one time I quit, and then I picked it up. But when I picked it up, I didn't push through. So ultimately, I think I had like uh, 6 or 7 times when I listened to the recording, really thinking, oh, I'm going to make a video tomorrow, and then I didn't. So I think this is like the concert that I have so far listened to the most often. So yeah, so we're using an audio that was posted at the 25th anniversary of this concert, and so it's a really recent upload, and yeah, you can see that I'm not really, or that maybe you can see that I'm kind of like a little bit antsy. It's because I just recorded the entire video, and I did it in the selfie modus, and I really saw the horizontal image, yet it somehow saved it vertical. So I threw it out, and now I have reversed the camera, so it means that I can't see myself anymore. I only have like a little lens that I see, but I don't see the selfie mode anymore. So if I appear antsy, that's me kind of like adjusting to not being able to see how this is going to work out. Okay, so we have the concert here. The concert I listened to, I think about 6 times, 7 times, with the intention of creating a video and not doing it. It is in Basel, Switzerland on June 10th, and they just had 2 days off. I have not been able to find any promotion material recorded on those days. So it means that in all likeliness they had 2 days off between their second concert in Berlin, where we don't have any documentation of, and this one. So sometimes you can see in the true schedule that they have time off, but then when you start digging, you find all kinds of promotional shows that they've been doing. So that's not that's not really time off. But this is, as far as I can see, they had time to have a little rest. So they had the show on June 10th, and it's a 2 hour and 20-minute show. And I don't know how that works exactly, but during this tour you can hear Jon Bon Jovi say several times at the beginning of the concert something like, until the police drag me off stage, my ass is yours. Or at the final, before the final song, he says like, oh, I have time only for one more song. I don't know how that works exactly, if it is depending on in which country they are, if they have a curfew, or if it depends, if they had trouble with getting the show, the stage ready in time, and that's why they couldn't enter, or that they were delayed starting at the right time. I don't know how that works exactly. I don't know it from their This House Is Not For Sale tour, for example. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So either way, this is one of those shows where you can really hear him mentioning the curfew, or the limited time, twice. Once after Sleep When I'm Dead, and once before the final song. I'm just going to go through the songs, the show, and I'm really going to recommend that you listen to the show for yourself, because even though I listen to it very often, every time I was just surprised at how amazing it was. And I have a source list for this series, but I will also include the link to this concert in the description box. So it opens with a two-puncher, Living on a Prayer, and You Give Love a Bad Name. They did that a lot in 1995, and I think they even started doing it again around 2000. I'm not really sure, but it's it's of course a very bold and very bold opening of the show. Living on a Prayer, You Give Love a Bad Name. I gave it 2 hearts, and I wrote down two-puncher. So it did start with a two-puncher. Then it moves to Wild in the Streets, which is also classic, as the 3rd song. And then Jon Bon Jovi addresses the audience. So if you go to a Bon Jovi show, that's always a really magic moment when he speaks to the audience for the first time. And it's usually after the 3rd song. And so that was the case here as well. He mentions that it's raining, and that it's because the angels are complaining because they couldn't get a seat anymore because it was sold out. So that's cute. Then the maracas come out, and it's time for Keep the Faith. After that, it's Blood on Blood, and an a cappella version of I Can't Help Falling in Love, which is a cover from Elvis Presley. So that's only briefly, I think it's like a minute, a cappella, so that's without music. And then it moves into the drums from the song Always, which is really amazing. Very amazing moment, you know, those drums kind of like opening the song. In Always, you can really, it's one of the moments where you can really hear the backup vocals from Richie Sambora. Really beautiful. So I really think, or beautifully, I really think that's, you know, obviously one of the things of Richie Sambora that you're going to miss after 2013. It's that very distinct and beautiful voice in as backup singing in the songs. It's not even backup singing, it's more like a duet, isn't it? Well, either way. After Always, it's I Die For You. A great song. I'm really sad that they don't play that anymore. Then Blaze of Glory. Oh, before Blaze of Glory, which is from the Cowboy record, Blaze of Glory, 1990. Before he opens that, he says, got any cowboys here in Switzerland? Saddle up, let's go for a ride. Now, when he starts mentioning cowboys, there's really only two ways this can go. One is Blaze of Glory, and the other is Once a Dead or Alive. And in 1995, it was usually Blaze of Glory. Then I Believe, then Runaway. I really love that they played that song. Then a great piano intro, moving up to Dry County, which is of course an amazing song. Then it moves into Lay Your Hands on Me. Just going through it quickly. My previous video, the one I deleted because it was recorded vertically, was half an hour, and it also included like personal things that I was kind of like unsure if I wanted to share it. So that might also be one of the reasons why when I saw it was, you know, had recorded vertically, I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's delete it. So if I move through it quickly, it's because, well, first of all, because I'm insecure how it has recorded now, and also because yeah, I just already said everything I'm saying now. So yeah, it's kind of like yeah, I feel very self-conscious. I feel very self-conscious. Okay, I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. I'll Sleep When I'm Dead is kind of like the party song from Bon Jovi. It's absolutely unbelievable. So there's a lot of kind of like talking, flirting about that he supposedly can't dance, but that he does know how to rock and roll. It just has this really light-hearted, flirty energy. There's three covers in Sleep When I'm Dead: The Hippie Hippie Shake, Jumping Jack Flash, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Then the final song from the main program, or the main set list, Bad Medicine, and also with a cover in it, which is Shout. Then we move to the first encore, which is Bed of Roses, and then Hey God. And for Hey God, I have kind of like a, I don't know, little quiz or homework assignment, or just a friendly request for your opinion. If you go to the description box, I will give you the two titles with the times that I'm not going to mention. So when I listened to Hey God, the live version, I thought, hey, I know this guitar riff, I know this intro, it's just so familiar. I think it's the Cult. And I dug into it, and I found out that my association is that if you listen to the single from Hey God, so not the live version, but the single from Hey God, and then start at 15 seconds, and you compare it to Firewoman from the Cult at 32 seconds, I think that's similar. Now, let me know what you think. The date is, it's around the same time, so it's definitely possible that there is a, you know, that the guitar is somewhat similar. Let me know what you think, if it reminds you of the Cult as well or not. But either way, both are amazing songs. Then there is a guitar song from Richie Sambora, which always leads into Wanted Dead or Alive. I really love that guitar song, or guitar solo, or some say acoustic guitar solo. Sometimes I even type into the description box, the set list, and I say acoustic guitar solo when I really, I mean, I'm not a musician, but I always think with acoustic guitar, I always think of something that doesn't even have, you know, that you cannot even plug into anything. That's, to me, it's an acoustic guitar. But it's probably a way too old-fashioned view on it. So I always, when I go through the set list and I see that they have said an acoustic guitar solo from Richie, I'm always like, okay, acoustic guitar solo. But secretly I'm thinking like, that's not an acoustic guitar solo, but okay, I'll buy it, I'll copy it. So if you see me saying it's an acoustic guitar solo, secretly I'm thinking it's really not an acoustic guitar solo. But I may be wrong, because I know very little about musical instruments. Okay, then we move to Wanted Dead or Alive, and then Someday I'll Be Saturday Night. And if you're interested in knowing more about that song, Someday I'll Be Saturday Night, then subscribe to the blog, because in a couple of days I will be writing a post about the song Someday I'll Be Saturday Night. So I have a series on my blog called The Box Set, and the box set has a demo from Someday I'll Be Saturday Night, so that's why I started investigating the song and making a playlist of the song, different live versions, and yeah, so I'll be blogging about Someday I'll Be Saturday Night soon. And then he says we got one more, and like I said, it's the second reference to having limited time. Got one more song, And he really thanks the audience in Basel. He says, "You guys have been amazing tonight. I wish we could take you with us everywhere we go. You have been one hell of an audience. Thank you." And then he moves into This Ain't a Love Song. Well, it was a little bit of a love song to the Swiss audience. Okay, so that was it for today. Thank you very much. This was the concert that was given in June 10th, 1995 in Basel, Switzerland, and the next video in this series will be Austria, and some refer to the location as Spielberg, and some refer to the location as Zeltweg. I'm sure I'll find out which is the most common one or which is which. But Spielberg or Zeltweg, Austria, will be next, and this was Switzerland. Okay, see you next time. Bye.